What's up, good people? It's your boy Black Monk, man, back again. Outdoor sanctuary. Beautiful day. It's kind of cold out this bitch though, but beautiful nonetheless. Today's video, man, is about CBD hemp flower. As you can see, I'm smoking what looks like a cigarette, but actually they call this a Vance, made by Vance Global. This is a CBD hemp flower cigarette roll type thingamajigger with 150 milligrams of CBD, which a lot of that is being wasted because it's just floating in the fucking air. But you know how that goes. I'm doing this video just to raise a little awareness about CBD hemp flower because it's not as popular as I thought it would be. And if you don't know the difference between hemp and marijuana, all of it's cannabis. Same shit. But basically, what they call marijuana has 0.03% THC, and we're talking about, I can never pronounce this word, cannabinoids, the chemicals that make you get high and make you relax and all that shit. The cannabinoids. Marijuana has, I think, over 0.03% THC, and CBD has 0.03% THC or lower. And marijuana is actually, and I guess depending on how it's grown, where it's grown, the cannabinoids or the cannabinoids, they kind of differ, right? So one could have way more THC than CBD, one could be kind of equal, and the other one could have way more CBD than THC, so on and so forth. But to be honest, marijuana, my shit done went out, y'all. God damn it. Oh, no, it didn't. We still in the game. Okay. Anyway, when cannabis was being criminalized, actually marijuana is a term that they took from a whole different language for propaganda reasons and trying to demonize the weed and make it seem like it was just the most dangerous drug on the planet. But that's a whole different video. Basically same shit. One has more THC than CBD, the other vice versa. And in most states, one's legal, one's not. Here in Georgia, CBD hemp flower is legal. And like I said, man, I just wanted to raise a little awareness. What I like about CBD hemp flower the most is that, let me see something. Okay, this bitch went out for real this time. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with weed. The first time I got high was like my fourth or fifth time smoking, and I know I was inhaling because by this time I was smoking Black and Miles and all of that shit. Getting high didn't feel like what I thought it would feel like. I freaked out a little bit, and I grew to love it, but I've always had this love-hate relationship with weed because I kind of get the weed paranoia thing. If you know anything about combating weed paranoia, I'd appreciate it, man. Put the shit down in the comments. And yeah, I know the difference between the indicas and the sativas. Trust me, I've tried consuming all indica shit. I still get it. I've heard about chewing peppercorns and eating citrus fruit like lemons. I've tried it all. So if you know anything, help me out. But anyway, I don't get that whole weed paranoia thing with CBD hemp flower. Sometimes I mix this, because don't get me wrong, like I still enjoy, the other shit, but I kind of have like, I don't like the onset as much as I do the feeling of coming down, depending on the setting, the situation, who I'm around, how much I consume, how I consume it, the different strains. Sometimes that paranoia, that whole uncomfortable shit, that uncomfortable feeling, like everybody knows you're high type shit. Like I hate that shit. But with this, I don't feel it. This is just, it's pure relaxation, bro. You just kick back, you relax. This really helps me with my anxiety. It helps me with my pain. And this is to me, the most efficient way to consume CBD. I've tried the tinctures, I've tried the oils, I've tried the vape carts. Nothing really makes me feel, from a relaxation standpoint and a medicinal standpoint, the way it does when I just smoke it, whether that be in one of these Vances or if I just get like a couple grams of it and roll it up myself, or if I put it in a bong or a bowl. It's CBD shit is I'm gonna give you an example. I love cannabis and I love to consume cannabis, and for a major portion of my life, I probably consume cannabis every single day. And we talking about like junior high type shit. I've really converted to using this like Monday through Thursday, and then on Friday I may transition over into the other thing. And oftentimes I'll mix them. So, that I love this shit, man. And I think more people should try it out. A lot of people are just stuck on being high all the time. And, I'm just not one of them. I know my limit, bro. I'm like a drinker. I know, 2-3 shots, I'm good. Let me wait a little minute before I have another one. Like, I know my limit when it comes to everything in terms of drinking, eating, consuming cannabis. And I've just never, even though I've been consuming for a long time, I've never had a high tolerance. And this still gives you the experience. Like, if I'm carrying around this in my pocket, you're not gonna smell it. But when I light this up, it smells like somebody smoking some gas. So you still get the experience. You can roll a blunt of it, because a lot of the enjoyment of consuming cannabis is actually rolling the blunt and actually, the taste of it and the smell of it. And so this really does it for me. And like I said, I still like the other side. I still consume on the other side. But this has been a really, really nice alternate, something that's more like every day, during the day. Like I said, it helps, because I struggle with anxiety, even not with the weed paranoia shit, just like regular everyday anxiety. This shit helps with that. It helps me kind of like with my ADHD, and just slowing my mind down. It helps me focus. And so this has really been a godsend, and it's legal. And, luckily my employer doesn't do drug tests, just because they're based out of a country that doesn't fucking do drug tests. So, if you injure yourself or something, you probably get one. But if I got a job where I couldn't consume cannabis, like the other side of it, I'd be disappointed, but I wouldn't be crushed, because I was in that situation a couple years ago. And I had to do what I had to do, because I got to work, got to make money, you know what I'm saying? But it was like crushing that I couldn't use cannabis. But now that this is legal, I wouldn't even really trip. And let me just say this. I don't know if this shit will make you flunk a drug test or not. I'm pretty sure it depends on body weight, how much you consume, blah, blah, blah. But I've seen a YouTube video where a married couple smoked like a joint of this shit every day. And at the end of, I think it was 10 days, they passed a drug test. They did not flag positive for THC. In fact, they got curious before the end of the 10 days, and I think they ended up testing themselves a total of like 3 times. At least it was at least 2. But all the tests came back negative. I don't know, because I consume a little bit more of both sides, so I'd have to stop the other side to actually do that experiment. But, do your own research. That may be a case. If that was the case where I could pass those screenings, those dreaded random screenings, I wouldn't be that disappointed, because, a lot of people say this shit don't get you high. I disagree. It's a different type of high. It's not as intense. It doesn't last as long, but it's a high for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe other people don't feel it, but for me, I told y'all the first time I got high, I freaked out a little bit, because I didn't expect that to be the feeling. This reminds me of what I thought when I was curious about cannabis and I was hearing Snoop Dogg and all them talk about it. This is what I thought it would make me feel like. So I love this shit, man. I love it. Shouts out to ATL RX. That's where I get the bulk of my CBD flower from. If you're in the Atlanta area, they got a shop in Alpharetta. They got a shop in Midtown on Ponce. And they really give you the dispensary type experience when you go in there, and I think that's cool. A lot of times, like when you go to these vape shops and shit in Atlanta or in Georgia period, they'll have the CBD hemp flower, but it'll be old and dry and all crunchy and, you know, full of seeds and shit. When I go to ATL RX, that shit be fresh. Like it's really like the dispensary experience. That's all I can say. And they got vape carts, they got all kind of shit. But like I said, just smoking the CBD hemp flower is my preferred method of taking CBD. By the way, Vance Global also has a Delta 8 version of this, Delta 8 THC. If you don't know what Delta 8 is, do some research. But Vance Global also has a Delta 8 version. If I'm not mistaken, this whole pack will cost you like $25, but for the Delta 8 version, it's like $40. I don't know if they're supposed to be selling them single, but if my spot was selling them single, they'd be about $2 a piece, and the Delta 8 ones would probably be about $8. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what I think, because I don't know if it's legal for them to sell them single or not. So I ain't gonna speculate, but I'm gonna speculate because, you know, anyway. Yeah, and ATLRX has a lot of good Delta 8 products too. They have a tincture, they had a flower. I love the Tahoe OG they got. They got a couple of different Delta 8 strains of flowers out there. Then they got some really, really good just CBD hemp. Their selection is all over the place. Good smells, good taste, good all of that. So looking forward to Friday, because actually Friday I'm stopping by ATLRX. But, you know, case in point, because I don't want to talk to y'all too long. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, I'm transitioning more into using this as opposed to the whole THC deal. I like that side, I love that side, but I don't know, like this just seems like more every day. The only downside to it is sometimes, especially like on the weekends, or if I got some back pain, because I suffer with like sciatica and all that shit, I gotta consume a whole lot of this shit for the feeling I'm trying to get. And it doesn't last as long. Like I blazed this probably 45 minutes ago, and I'm still feeling nice, but I'm probably 50% down than I was when the initial onset. But anyway, man, just to recap, I like this shit because I don't get the weed paranoia shit when I smoke them. It really makes me relax. It's legal. I ain't got to worry about going to fucking jail. And yeah, by the way, legalize that shit, man. But yeah, man, love it. Try it out. If you don't have experience with CBD hemp flower, you're missing out. And I like the, you know, the whole THC, the other side of it too, but just try it out, man. You may, you know, if you're somebody that deals with the paranoia, you know what I'm saying, use this or mix it up, you know what I'm saying? Or if you ain't trying, if you got shit to do, because like I said, man, this shit helps me with my ADHD. It helps me stay focused. It relaxes me, like just the whole nine, bro. I love this shit, man. I love the other shit too, but I love this shit too, man. So anyway, I appreciate y'all checking out this video. More to come. I appreciate y'all checking out the video before this. I was not expecting to get 20,000 views. I don't know how the hell that happened, but I love y'all for that. Put it down in the comments, man. If you want a podcast, if you want a YouTube, well, shit, this is a YouTube channel. What you can do is follow me on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, at The Black Monk. I think is it Black Monk or The Black Monk? I think it's The Black Monk, but I spelled black with BLACC. Yeah, I changed the name. I was going by some other shit on that other video, but now it's the Black Monk. So check me out on Twitter. If you want a podcast from me, man, let me know. Got a couple of ventures going on right now in terms of content creation, but you know, whatever takes off more, that's what I'll devote the most time to. And Black Monk is actually killing it. I got 20,000 views on one video. Like, that's killing every fucking thing else I'm doing. So, you know, y'all let me know. Appreciate y'all. Y'all be cool.